And this was the biggest thing for me. My last year when I used Siro, I had 60 reps across the country, Tampa, Atlanta, Raleigh. To go actually get with a rookie who was struggling in the past, I had to drive, fly to that area, watch them for 3 hours, and maybe I'd have a clue at what they're struggling with. With this, in 5-10 minutes, I could select Kyle every time he dealt with an objection. I've got a full playlist every single time that came up, and I'm much more efficient with my coaching.
All right, Gavin. We got Gavin with Siro here today in the podcast booth. How you doing today, Gavin?
Fantastic, my friend.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying Door-to-Door Con so far?
It's my second one.
Okay.
Really great to honestly come to these events because I did door-to-door 6 years prior to actually coming into the space and selling to, the people actually go door-to-door now. So it's cool to actually be on the other end of it and actually see the conference. I'd heard about it.
Yeah.
And it's great to see it for a second time.
What industry did you sell in?
I did 6 years in pest.
In pest. Okay, awesome. A lot of pest guys here. We've done a lot of the interviews with pest golden door-to-door winners. And pest is booming. Yeah, I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon.
No,
I love pest guys.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's
awesome.
Fun.
Seeing a lot of old buddies here.
All right, so now you're with Siro. How long have you been with Siro?
About a year and a half now.
A year and a half. All right. Tell me, what is Siro? Lay it on me.
Yeah. So basically, the reason Siro exists is as a business owner, you basically have full transparency into every aspect of your business. But the second your sales rep's having that conversation with the homeowner, it's a black box.
Yeah.
And you have no clue what's going down. And so what Siro does is we record, transcribe, and analyze that in-person conversation because we know having that data's most of the time the most important part of the business. It's where revenues won or lost. It's where your reputation's earned or tarnished. And being able, as a business owner and a sales rep, being able to reflect if it's your own recording, see what your team's doing when they're actually in the home selling for you guys is key. And so that's what Siro does.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. So it's a tool that's used to tell me a little bit how it works. Does it record conversations, analyze? Tell me a little bit how Siro works.
Yeah, so it's a mobile device. Any sales rep, they would just download it on their phone or iPad, whatever they're using in the field.
App-based?
Yeah. It'll record that in-person conversation. You can literally just throw it in your pocket and let it run.
Wow.
It'll get great audio for you. Transcribe it, and then the big part, and why this is interesting, is the AI will analyze it. And so a few key things to note on that is we'll do a full AI summary. It's customizable to the business. Maybe you want to understand 3 things. How well did my sales rep build rapport? When did we close and how well did we do it? And what objections came up and how well did we rebuttal them? So you can get that full summary on maybe an hour-long appointment. You can understand realistically what happened within a handful of sentences. Cool thing is we'll hyperlink you to all the key moments that the AI is referencing as well. So you can jump to minute 43 when they dealt with, I need to talk to my wife before making a decision. So this isn't
just the initial, hey, quick door approach. I mean, it does that as well, but this is the whole time the sales rep's talking to the customer.
Yeah, so like with the solar customer, we'll record their setters and their closers, marry the conversations together. Maybe you're self-genning. We'll record, the entire top to bottom conversation. We record that door-to-door conversation, as well as anything that would be an appointment where you got an appointment closer going to sell the job.
So tell me, why is that important?
Well, it's important for a variety of reasons. The first thing that's really cool is, as a business, not to say all salespeople are bad people. The majority are great people, but there are some,
100%.
potential, questionable things that can go down. And having that record, the majority of the time, what's great, what we found is actually business owners have used these recordings to save themselves in lawsuits, in complaints from customers. One of our larger solar customers had a $200,000 lawsuit thrown out because of a Siro recording.
That's a great testimonial.
Yeah, I mean, right there. I can't say their name, but they're one of the big 5. You'd know them. And so right there, protects the business. From there, as a manager, let's say you're overseeing 10, 20, 30 guys. You can't be everywhere at once. And this was the biggest thing for me. My last year when I used Siro, I had 60 reps across the country, Tampa, Atlanta, Raleigh. To go actually get with a rookie who was struggling in the past, I had to drive, fly to that area, watch them for 3 hours, and maybe I'd have a clue at what they're struggling with. With this, in 5-10 minutes, I could select Kyle every time he dealt with an objection. I've got a full playlist every single time that came up, and I'm much more efficient with my coaching. And the last piece would be for the sales reps. If you want to get better, We have a social media-esque side of the platform where I want to go listen to the guy who just sold a golden door. I can get in there and go listen to him at Siro real easy.
That's phenomenal. So not only is it, management, it's on the rep level, it's on the ownership level. There's benefits at every level of the organization. Yeah. It's one of the things when I first started knocking door to door, one of my first sales managers told me, he said, I don't care how long you've been in the business. I don't care how long you've been knocking doors. When you're driving out the area, when you're brushing, right before you brush your teeth in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in the rearview mirror of the car, practice your pitch, right? Practice that pitch, rehearse. And this gives you a tool not only to practice it, but see real-time results on the doors on how customers respond to that.
Yeah.
Which is huge. I mean, tell me a little bit too. So we got the recording feature. Now you said there's an education feature as well. We can go in, listen to the things that are going well by other reps.
So this is what my team really loved about it. So you're done with your deal. Let's say you just overcame a ton of objections. You're really proud of this. You're actually able to hit post, and it goes to the Siro feed, which is almost like Instagram or Facebook. And that right there, that's why reps love the tool. Not every single rep wants to get better. That's just the reality. But the ones who do, they're always asking, hey, can I go shadow the top guy? Or, hey, can you do some extra training with me? Yeah. That right there, my reps were addicted to that. And so that's the big piece on the educational side of things. And the data actually shows if a rep listens to 30 minutes or more a week, their close rate typically is going to jump 2 to 3 times more than someone who's on Siro within a 3-month span. So it really comes down to listening to other great examples. That's what makes you better.
That's only a few minutes a day. I mean, 30 minutes a week is nothing.
Well, and my guys, we just call it, windshield time is what we called it. Yeah. That's when we would listen to Siros. And so before the week sent out, I'd find 5 to 10 great moments. I'd tag the team with it in Siro, so you can tag the team.
And it's all done. You're not, texting, go listen to minute 3 of this thing. It's, hey, here's the link. Click on it, opens up the app, and you're listening.
Well, the cool thing, too, is, one, you can do it that way. I can actually go find the moment, tag them, and it'll jump them right there. The other thing is the AI will highlight all the key moments. So if it's like, guys, I can just tag them in the main recording. Go listen to the 3 objections that are highlighted in the bookmarks. All right, I can click. I need to talk to my spouse. Listen. I need to think about it. Listen. I need a lower price. Listen. It'll take me right to those moments.
So you can search all by objection, too. Say, hey, I'm in the field. I'm struggling with, hey, I need to talk to my wife.
Yep.
Talk to my spouse. All right, let me go listen to 50 examples of guys overcoming that.
Exactly.
That's phenomenal. I mean, that's
all
you'd
have to
tool.
do is just make sure you select that they closed it, and Siro will recognize that for you.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Are there do you guys have competitors out in the market that are doing similar, or what sets you guys apart from those?
Yeah, we've got one competitor that does not really support the door-to-door side. They'll support the in-person sales conversation. And what I mean by that is what Siro will do if, I'm sure tons of businesses, because I remember doing it, they tell, hey guys, go record this on voice memos.
Right.
With Siro, you just press start and then you let it record. The AI will cut up the day for you. So you can let it record for 4 hours. You speak to 50 people. You press stop. You're going to have 50 conversations cut out automatically.
Phenomenal. So you don't need each door, take your phone out of your pocket, open up the app, hit record, put it back in your pocket. It's going to do that throughout the day.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about editing it or chopping it up.
Makes it so easy. And then we also integrate it with Sales Rabbit, Rep Card, all the main, NZ, all the main door-to-door canvassing tools, where we'll actually even take the recording and the link and attach it to the pin.
So it's right there.
So you have that. Oh God, what happened in that deal? I'm going back on a callback. Oh, it's right there. I can click, type into it. Hey, what should I remember about this conversation before going back to the appointment? Boom, gives you a summary. You knock on the door. You're in a much better position to go close that deal.
Yeah. Let's take it back a little bit to your door knocking experience. How would something like this benefit you at the beginning?
So that was the craziest thing. I saw this personally my first year. We had about 30 rookies come out. First year using Siro. Mm-hmm. I remember my rookie year, I sucked until about the last month, and then I had my click, and I actually made a ton of money because I was like, whoa. I did basically my entire summer in a month.
Yeah.
And it just took me a while to figure it out, and there wasn't a ton of guys in my office who were great. There was one, and so I wasn't surrounded by a ton of studs, and I didn't have access to great information. Where I know this would impact, and probably would have impacted me, and I saw it happen with my team. We had 30 rookies come out, 31, 30 finished the summer. We had a 10-week summer. It was very short on average for my rookies compared to normal, and we had 110K PRA Wow. And standard pest control, a rookie doing more than 100K is fantastic on a normal full, 16-week summer. And my team, we all talk about it. We attribute it to Siro because the guys who are struggling that would have failed, and I know in the past they wouldn't have made it, I could just drill into their recordings for the first time and actually find where they were struggling. And it was cool. What Siro also helped me understand for those new guys is, for example, I remember my first year I tried to do way too many different pitches. I was flipping it every single week. And some guys, that was their problem. Other guys, they were just too timid. And other dudes were absolutely killer, and then they couldn't close for shit. Yeah. And so being able to coach different guys with their different, issues and finally being able to recognize why they struggled was great. And that's why we had such a successful rookie, class that year, I think. And
I think it brings a lot of accountability too. Yeah. Right? Because one, they know they're being recorded. So I think, it's the same thing, right? When you have somebody coming shadow you, you're buttoned up a little bit more. You got your shoulders are back. You're not slouching. You're walking a little quicker. When you have that, hey, somebody's watching, whether it's somebody's physically there or, somebody's hearing that conversation, you're a little bit more buttoned up. So I think it gives a lot of that accountability to the reps as well. Yeah. Which is huge. I mean, there's been many times where I've sit in sales meetings and trainings and I've gone over with reps saying, hey, okay, give me your pitch. They'd give me your pitch. They give me their pitch. I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. We get out the door and it's completely different, right? The pitch that they're telling me they're saying in training is one thing, but in reality, they're not saying that at all. They're fumbling all over the place.
Well, and I even saw that freaking using Siro because I would still go shadow guys even when we had Siro from time to time because, as you know, body language. Are you doing your head nods? Are you smiling? Are you squaring grandma up? Are you opening your body up to be comfortable? And I would see a complete, I would say, all right, record the rest of the day. I want to watch this. And the second I left, something completely different happened. And it blew my mind when, I even noticed, and that was kind of something I even wanted to add on this. I do think you get to coach your people on their authentic selves when you look at a Siro recording. Because I recognized my guys forgot they were recording pretty quickly. Yeah. Whereas when I was there, this was the show that they put on. Maybe the show was going for 30 minutes, but after that, they just forgot. Yeah. And so you got to really see what they were doing. But on the accountability piece, you do bring up a cool point. It reminds me of a story with my brother. My brother worked for me. And solid sales rep, 30 deals a week, doing great. And he had this one week where he has 5 deals. And something, he didn't really know that Siro will do is we'll track your hours of conversation, hours recording in general, number of people you spoke to. And I look at it, it's like, dude, you spoke to 30 people this week, recorded 4 hours total. What the heck's happening? Yeah. And he goes, I was watching an episode, or I'm watching this new season of The Boys, the superhero show on Amazon, if you know it. And so on the accountability piece, we have actually a lot of customers that use this to make sure, hey guys, this is the truth. If you're recording in Siro, I know you're working. Yeah. Dropping pins sometimes won't necessarily tell you. You can kind of fib that a little bit. So
no, I think it's huge, and it's almost like a slippery slope too for guys, right? Because it's super easy to pull up the area and get wrapped up in a TV show or get wrapped up. Oh, hey, I'm just gonna sit here for a few minutes, and then I'll go knock doors. 2 hours go by, you're like, crap, I haven't started knocking doors yet. So that accountability piece is huge because you can only do so much when you're not there with them, right? When you're managing from afar, you're working with other reps. So it's nice to have that piece where you can go back and, I always say trust but verify, right? Trust your reps, but verify that they're doing the right thing when they need to do it. So great features for an organization, great features for a manager, great features for a rep. Is this something that has to be done on an organizational level? Can individual reps, if they just want to sign up for Siro, can they, or does it need to be an organizational level? Talk to me a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, for the time being, it's definitely still organization by organization. And the reason for that is a ton of the value that comes with the tool typically starts to show up when you have about 10 or so guys.
For sure.
Because Jimmy's the bull, he blows through objections better than everybody else. And Kyle's the schmoozer, he's got great rapport, he can sell every person just on getting them to like him. And then the last guy's just perfect with the script. Yeah. And so when you have 10 guys, you start to get that difference in approach and really get the tool to start working where you guys can all learn from one another. Now, because the AI world is changing fast and getting a lot smarter, in the near future, we do expect there will be a rep light version where the AI can actually start coaching them up. That is something that's on the roadmap. It's not here yet,
phenomenal.
But stuff like that is coming, where individuals will actually be able to buy the tool. And the reason we haven't gotten there is the AI just wouldn't give you that valuable of coaching quite yet, but it's almost
it's
there.
getting there.
Yeah, and we're excited about
that brings me to my next question. I mean, so Siro's been around for a couple years now.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the next steps? What's the future look like for Siro?
Yes. So the AI sales coach in your pocket is the end goal. And the reason the company exists is our founders, we say it all the time in our, weekly meeting as a company, it's to make field sales the most accessible path to financial freedom.
Right.
And so the reason, partially Siro exists is there's so many sales reps that don't get the best training, and they don't have access to it. And so we're trying to get to a point where a sales rep on their own could just download Siro and get proper coaching. And then also just make a manager more effective by highlighting, hey, these 3 guys are struggling here for you. And so the end goal of Siro, and what's releasing right now is we've actually released this new product called Scorecards for a few beta test customers, and it'll be fully released by the end of January. And basically what we're doing is we'll be able to grade your sales reps against each other and against industry standards to understand how well they're doing at building rapport, how well they're doing at building a problem.